your beauty is just too much, like, it's just too much. Like, hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Tea Time with Ayak. We don't always drink tea, but honey, we spill tea. And the thing is, this tea that I'm spilling today is too hot for us to drink tea. Like, it'll just be too much and we'll be up all night because there'll be so much caffeine because of so much tea. Before I go anywhere with this, I don't know, when I point like this, you know that I'm being serious. If you have not already subscribed, I'm not gonna fight today because guys, I'm in a good mood. I took a really good nap, so I'm not in a fighting mood today. I'm not gonna fight, this is me pretending to be meek and mild. Guys, if you haven't already, please subscribe and please like, please, 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 please. But I just want to thank everybody that's been showing support. Jane, all the way in Calabar. Mwah, love you, dear. Charles, all the way in VI at work watching my videos. Thank you so much. I think it's Royal 15able. I know I'm saying it wrong. Royal 15able, but it's gonna be down here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much to my wonderful friends from St. Kitts. Thank you so much to Sister Patience. Thank you so much to all my wonderful people who comment and support. I know there are a few other people, which I'm gonna put them down here. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who has just been showing my channel a lot of love and support. We're almost at 400 and I'm so grateful to you guys for making it happen. Thank you. If you don't know this already, I've been living in Nigeria for the past 3 years. December makes it 3 years. And I can say that my experience has been shaped in like 4 categories. And mind you, this is not really a disclaimer, but if you for some reason think that Nigeria is a utopia where women are celebrated and protected and promoted and held up, no, that's not true. So some people may not be able to swallow this pill. Some people may get burnt by this tea, but this is the reality. This is the reality from my experience and the experiences of women around me. Okay, so let's start with the most blaring topic, which is marriage. So the way that the culture is here in Nigeria is generally if a woman is not married, she's not accomplished. So people are telling you that, yeah, you have all of these degrees, all of these accomplishments, but if you're not married, you haven't hit it yet. They'll say things like, oh, she has a degree, she has this, she has that, but she's not married, she doesn't have a husband. And automatically everything you've contributed to society or anything like that is null and void because you don't have a husband. I think a lot of people have internalized it in 2 ways. Some people have internalized it in a way of like, oh, I'm married, I'm better than you. And then the other half is like, no, this is the only way that people are going to listen to me when I talk. This is the only way that people are going to like see me as a human being. Because truly, in a lot of cases, in a lot of ways, you have to throw in my husband this, my husband that, or it's just not, they don't care what you have to say. In cases where I've experienced guys trying to talk to me or trying to toast me, literally, if I say, oh, sorry, I can't, they keep pushing. The moment I say, oh, I'm married, they for some reason like back off. They just like, oh. And obviously that comes in because of the respect they have for their fellow man. I was at the store on Sunday and a guy was basically following me around, not following me around the store, but he saw me inside of the store, waited till I checked out, and then followed me out. So I was waiting for my Uber, and he's like trying to talk to me or whatever the case may be. And for safety reasons, because the guy has some, he looked like he'd been pumping that iron. For safety reasons, I was, responsive. He's like, oh yeah, like I want to be with you. I want to hang out with you, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, I'm sorry, I'm married. And he's like, oh, wow, why didn't you tell me? I'm like, well, first of all, you didn't let me talk. You were just talking nonstop. Couldn't get a word in. And then I now proceed to tell him that, listen, I'm married and my husband doesn't let me talk to other men. And instead of this guy freaking out and being like, do you need help? Are you in danger? He says, yeah, that's good. I wouldn't let any man talk to you either. So in some ways, control or in some ways emotional and mental abuse is supported especially if it's presented in that way. It's not the first time I've said my husband doesn't let me talk to men, and the guy has been like, oh yeah, I understand, that's fine, it's good. Now, another weird thing about marriage is like, I feel like the girl child in Nigeria goes through 3 phases. So there's when they're a baby, oh, that's my wife or that's my son's wife, right? Then when they're teenagers, you are not allowed to be attracted to anything other than your books. And then when you're a woman, like 21 and over, where's your husband? You have a degree, you should be married with 10 kids by now. Now let's talk about money. Now, money is always such a touchy subject in society when it comes to women. Because let me just explain to you why. Nigerian women are not allowed to like money. We're just not allowed to like money. But we're supposed to make a lot of money for ourselves so we don't have to ask men or significant others or potential suitors for money. But then we're not supposed to make too much so that we're not too proud. And also, we're not supposed to flaunt how much money we make as far as labels or cars or things like that, because people will now accuse us of being sex workers. So money is a complex issue. Essentially, what Nigerian women are meant to do with their money is what men tell them to do with their money. Even men they don't know. Even men in the comment sections of Instablog and men on Twitter. We're supposed to do what they tell us to do with money. I mean, come on. We're just at their beck and call, just the way they like it. This is a little X-rated. This is gonna get a little X-rated. I think I need to get a chair for this because my mom watches my videos. Nigerian women are not supposed to like sex, but they're supposed to know every single position created in the Kama Sutra, right? Now, after knowing every single position created in the Kama Sutra and not liking sex, if you know it too well, then you're a sex worker. Of course, here in Nigeria, they call sex workers ashawo or prostitute. If you haven't had sex before, it's a talking point. That's a conversation starter. It is a talking point. Don't ask me how I know. It will literally be the selling point. I've heard people say, I married her a virgin. Now, mind you, you notice I tried so hard not to use the term virgin because I hate it. It sounds nasty in my ear, like virgin. I know someone close to me who was talking to a Nigerian guy who she told him like, hey, listen, well, she's Nigerian too. She was talking to a guy, she said, listen, I'm not having sex before I'm in a committed relationship. I'm not having sex before I'm married. And every single day that they talk, he asks her things like, do you think I'll be the person to take your virginity? So we don't have to wait 30 days to have sex, blah, blah, blah. It is literally the talking point. People place a lot of value on virginity and they commodify it. They make it seem like it's my hair, like this is virginity. Hold it, honor it. Yes, this is what I'm selling to you. This is my selling point. Like you will hear people say, wow, I didn't know there are people like you still in this world. As if not having sex before marriage as your choice is some sort of weird accomplishment. Why is it considered an accomplishment? Because of how people see virginity, because of how people see women and their sexuality. Okay, let me tell this from personal experience. When they're talking about not having sex before marriage, they're not even talking about your personal convictions to not have sex before marriage. They're not talking about your relationship with God. They're not talking about those things. What they are talking about is, it's good that you're saving it for your husband so that your husband will teach you everything that you need to know about sex. So that your husband will do this for your husband, your husband, your husband. Believe it or not, a lot of people in this world choose to be celibate or abstinent because of personal convictions, not because they're trying to impress their future husband. And mind you, there's no sex ed being taught in schools here in Nigeria. Why? Because God doesn't like sex. Because God said that if you know about sex and you teach them about sex, they will have sex, they'll this, that. I mean, we've heard of things like women terminating their pregnancy using hangers. The average hospital is not even going to answer a lady who comes in and says she wants an abortion because we're the most morally upright country in the world. Yeah. All right, so let's talk about feminism. Feminism is an interesting topic here because we have a lot of men who dislike women speaking up for themselves and standing up for themselves all over the world. But the interesting thing about here in Nigeria is that people are getting their definitions from the Instablog comments, so they don't know what feminism is about. Refuse to Google the definition of feminism, and so they start acting funny. And they start quoting the Bible as if God didn't believe in equality, as if Jesus didn't promote equality. I can't. Guys, I can't. All right, guys. guys, so I hope you enjoyed that short and sweet. Hopefully it's short and sweet. I always say it's short and sweet and it's like 2 hours long. But I hope you enjoyed this fun video sharing my experiences of being a woman here in our beloved Nigeria. Don't get me wrong, things are getting a little better, but we shouldn't get too comfortable with things getting a little better that we forget or we give up on getting our hands dirty to promote equality for all people here in Nigeria. So that's all I got for you guys. You like my look? You like my look? Woo, woo. It's coming off right now because it is so hot. I feel like my makeup is shifting. Is it shifting? All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you always. I love you always. And I will see you next time. Bye.